NFL season between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 2. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10.
The Chiefs take it over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, first and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw on second and 6, Mahomes. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Chiefs 0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1, and the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, It's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 29, Mahomes. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Okay, break.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year when he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Back to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
19 tight.
They'll look to throw again. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Here we go.
From the
Here we
34
go.
now, here's 1st and 10.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 79 Broncos. Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Here's Freiermuth again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
Viking 18.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself and not ditch so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
The Steelers' 23-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got this to Pickens. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 18, Pioneer. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Ready?
They'll throw now on the final play. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Running right through him. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Butker's kick here is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at about the 14. 56 yards, the punt that time, 12 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, My goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it. Rallied his Jets to a Super Bowl win, one of the greatest upsets in NFL history. Broadway Joe, the man.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And it's... Second and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Norwood. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. All I can do up here is just shake my head. 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Warriors 70.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Cowboy 80. Check. Hurt.
He'll look to throw. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got the hook up. It's Shenault on the crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 36 yards on the play.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game Maybe that was one of...
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, finding space at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
They'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. George Karlaftis in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now here's a throw that's complete.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
19 right!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
60. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Pioneer.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw, and it's caught. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Noah Gray, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, break.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back.